What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and I apologise for my throat, still feeling a bit shit, but let's get on with the video. Now obviously we've got 3 solo reveals so far for ESports Boxing Club. We had Canelo, we had Tyson Fury that was part of the gameplay, then we got his individual reveal, and we got Deontay Wilder. Now they're getting better and better and better. We're seeing in-game models, we're seeing more detail of these fighters, which is epic. Now today I'm going to be talking about 10 fighters or superstars that I want in ESports Boxing Club that I genuinely believe would warrant their own fighter reveal. Now you guys may not agree with me, you may agree, may disagree, whatever that may be, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on how many of these you agree with and what your top 10 would be. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. Now I'm not going to go in huge detail with every single fighter, we're just going to crack through them and yeah, just so you guys know. So no particular order, at number 10 we have got an already Hall of Famer, a legend already, only recently retired, and that is Manny Pacquiao. I mean, how can you not love this man? Across infinite weight classes, I mean, you know, he would add excitement to, what, 7, 8 weight classes in the game, which would be fucking epic. We'd get so many different overalls of him, because obviously he got better and better and better and better. It would be really interesting to see him in the game, and he would, of course, warrant his own reveal, because he's Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao is a fucking legend. So, without a doubt, Manny Pacquiao is one of them, and I think, personally, I think he is a fan favourite, and I think everybody would agree with that one. We're going to number 9, and I am 99% sure this man is already in the game due to his tweets, and that is Lennox Lewis. Now, he has done what not many fighters have done, and he has beat every man he's ever been in the ring with. Of course, he has lost, but the men that have beat him, he has gone on to beat in the future. So without a doubt, he would obviously warrant his own reveal, not to mention a British fighter. British company, I think the company, Still Stay Interactive, would without a doubt say Lennox Lewis deserves his own reveal. You know, the hard hitting, you know, the former heavyweight champion. He's done things that not many people have been able to do in the boxing world. Of course, you know, Lennox Lewis, for me as a British fighting fan, Lennox Lewis is on the list. I know I've seen quite a few Americans as well actually say they're big fans of Lennox Lewis. So, of course, I think that's another one that a lot of people will agree on. Number 8 and number 7 are 2 fighters together. Now, the reason I done this is because I didn't write them in this particular order. Just have thought of it just while recording this video. And we could do another double reveal, how we done the Calzaghe and Carl Frosch one. We could do another double reveal, and that is Thomas Hearns and Marvin Hagler. Having those 2 across the ring, their in-game models across the ring, maybe going towards each other, going to throw a shot, and the reveal ends. I think that would be really sick, and I think both of these fighters would make sense. I mean, they had that nuts first round together, where Hagler, I think, ended up winning in the 4th round. But, I mean, these guys, battles of legends, you know, absolute legends. Not to mention, obviously, we already have Sugar Ray Leonard in the game, but these 2 together in a reveal would just be fucking awesome. And yeah, I think that reveal together would make sense. So obviously at number 8 we've got Hagler, and at number 7 we've got Thomas Hearns, and I just think, you know, together they just make sense. You know, obviously if they'd done an individual reveal for Hagler, then months later an individual reveal for Hearns, or vice versa, I'd be okay with that. I just thought it would be cool to do that joint reveal of both men being the war that they had, arguably fight of the year, or not even fight of the year, round of boxing. That is just the greatest round ever. Now at number 6, a personal favourite of mine, and possibly a future Hall of Famer. I believe his name is now on the ballot, along with Ricky Hatton and Miguel Cotto and fighters like that, and that is Chris Eubank Sr. Now I don't care for Eubank Jr. to be honest, but Eubank Sr. is not only a fan favourite outside of his boxing for the way he speaks, the way he carries himself, the things that he does, and he's just a funny fucker, but his boxing career is also legendary. You know, the way he talks about the Warriors Code and all of that, and, you know, his fight with Joe Calzaghe, and really a great fight, and not to mention his animations, the way he carried himself in the ring with that, you know, that little swagger that he had, and the way he was so suave, would be so sick in game. I feel like he just needs to be represented in a boxing video game. So yeah, number 6 is Chris Eubank Sr. Now we go all the way up to the heavyweight division, back to back actually, with number 5, which is George Foreman. Now I feel like this is a heavyweight legend that, I don't know, I feel like not many people have mentioned. I've seen a few people mention it, but, you know, George Foreman is definitely one that I love to see. Personally, for me, I'd want to see, you know, old prime George Foreman. Not too bothered about the one that came back, you know, Fat Foreman. I want to see prime George Foreman, you know, maybe even the afro, the mustache. And, you know, you know, for me, I think George Foreman is a great heavyweight. I know the heavyweight division is already stacked, but for me, this heavyweight and the next heavyweight I mentioned are just ones that I just feel like need to be in the game. More so the next one that I mentioned, but George Foreman would still be a pretty sick pickup for the game. And then of course, I feel like he'd warrant his own decision. Now I feel like not a decision, own reveal, because he's a legend. I feel like most legends would warrant their own reveals. Now number 4, you can't talk heavyweights, you can't talk legends, you can't talk stone cold killers without mentioning Mike Tyson. Now, I mean, just without a doubt, he would have his own reveal. I mean, he's had some demons. Now, would he be a part of the game? I don't know. He always talks very unfavourably of his boxing career. He didn't like that man that was in the ring. He didn't like himself when he was in the ring. You know, that he prefers how he is now, where he's happy, and he's got his podcast, which is awesome. I think he's a great dude. But I feel like for the heavyweight division, Mike Tyson he's just got to be in. You know, the way he moves, the bobbing and weaving and the hooks with his entire body just would be vicious, you know. And people saying about Wilder's punch power, well, if we get Mike Tyson, maybe we've got someone who fights on the inside that would warrant and would rival Wilder's punch power in that division. Obviously, because Wilder would want to keep you at range and throw that right hand down the pipe and push you, whereas Mike Tyson's going to want to push you and fight on the inside and throw those big hooks to the head, to the body. And, you know, I think he would be one of the best heavyweights to players in the game. I think it'd take quite a while to master, but I think once you have him, I think a skilled Mike Tyson player would be so dangerous in this game if they got his motions and animations correct anyways. Now, the next 3 are 3 active fighters. And at number 3, you know, this was, by the way, I wrote this list quite a while before. I wrote this list about 3 or 4 days ago before I done my last video on Gervonta Davis with that comment he put on Wilder's post. But number 3 is Gervonta Davis. Now, for me, I think I think he deserves his own reveal for me. I think he's such a fan favourite. You know, the hard hit and lightweight knockouts for days. Knockout of the year against Leo Santa Cruz. And for me, as a fan of Gervonta Davis, and I know a lot of you guys are big fans of Gervonta Davis, I think him having his own reveal would be awesome. Maybe he could have another reveal where he's side by side someone or face to face someone. Maybe Ryan Garcia, something like that, because those two talk a lot of shit back and forth. So maybe that reveal would make sense. But Gervonta Davis by himself, I think that would be awesome. I think that would make sense, and he would add a little bit of spice to that lightweight division, and not to mention the other divisions when he moves up throughout his career, because he's not going to be able to make that lightweight, super lightweight forever, because he's too chunky, you know. But Gervonta Davis is someone that I'm genuinely praying to be in the game. And now at number 2, the man who is nicknamed correctly, and that is the monster, Naoya Inoue. I mean, already what he's achieved in his career, the titles, the trophies, beating fighters like Nonito Donaire, a fight that people really didn't think he would win. You know, he is a superstar over in Asia, in Japan, China, Korea, and now he's becoming a superstar in the UK, in the US. I feel like he is getting to that point now where he is a fighter that many people believe that won't happen. Naoya Inoue, no, he's not. I've seen more people say that Naoya Inoue is impossible than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is just money, but with Naoya Inoue, we don't know what it's like with his promotional team, what it's like where he's from, with his management, with his team in general. We don't know any of it. Floyd, we just know it's about money. But Naoya Inoue is one of those fighters that, while I'm hoping, he is the most unlikely one on this list, in my opinion. But he is one that, if they get him, I will be shocked. I will be amazed. But I won't be surprised, because Todd keeps proving us wrong again and again and again. And now at number 1, you guys knew this was coming. I can hear the review in the back of my head. The former middleweight, the former super middleweight champion of the world. 41-1 with 36 KOs. The hard-hitting knockout machine with 21 consecutive title defenses from Kazakhstan. Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Now that would be fucking nuts. That review would be dope. I would... Oh my god, and also it does make sense. There's quite a few Kazakhstan fighters in the game, mainly prospects, and a couple of them are under Triple G's promotion. So I just think it makes sense. You know, the man arguably beat Canelo. He rivaled Canelo's skill, punch for punch, blow for blow, and with that, in my opinion, while I'm a fan of Canelo and I'm a fan of Triple G won that first fight hands down, in my opinion. 8-4 is what I had that. 9-3, 8-4 if I'm being generous. But I think Triple G would be a huge solo reveal. I think a lot of people would agree he would deserve his own solo reveal. Whether you're a fan of him or not, I think all of these fighters would warrant a solo reveal. And I don't think any of us would be unhappy if any of these had their own solo reveal. Some of them, Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns, having a face-off, 2 big fighters in one go. I think that would make sense. That would be awesome. But, you know, I think all of these fighters would make sense. as a solo reveal, but Triple G especially, I can hear the announcement, and the same way they did with the Canelo, where they done Saul, Canelo Alvarez, and then they obviously done the hard-hitting former WBC champion, Deontay Wilder, then obviously the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. It's just awesome. It's just awesome to think about, and the reveals are getting more and more epic as they make them. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, you know. But anyways, I'm going to end this here. So thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you agree? Do you disagree? I feel like I've written a list that is quite a fan-friendly list. I think you guys will agree with quite a lot of those. But yeah, thank you as always for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.